Now here's the idea. When you're playing guard, my knees, it's always good to remember my knees, they need to be pointing up to the ceiling. If my knees, they don't go to the ground, most likely my opponent is not going to be able to pass. Let's say I'm laying down. What's his goal? His goal is to fold my legs to the same side, so this way I face one side, and then he's going to expose my head and then eventually get to side control. But if my knees are pointing up the whole time and I bring my knees to my shoulders, he's not going to be able to pass. I don't want to stretch him too much where I leave this opening on this side. If I leave an opening, I give him a chance. So I want to make sure I have my knees coming to my chest the whole time and my knees are pointing to the ceiling. Because now let's go over the situation where you step over and you're going for a knee slide position. If my knee doesn't point to the ground, now look, if I let go of my knee and I let my knee touch the ground, he's gonna finish a knee slide position. Now, if I don't allow Ed to touch my knee on the ground, to touch his knee on the ground, he's not gonna be able to pass. Now, try to touch your knee on the ground. Since his knee cannot touch the ground, he cannot accomplish the pass. So this is the idea of keeping the guard. Now, we're gonna do the same thing with the De La Riva. Ed is gonna step over. He's gonna try step over. He's gonna try to go to a knee slide. And look, I support my knee with my arm. And now look, he cannot touch his knee on the ground. And then now I'm gonna use my hooks. Open up space, replace my guard. But always think about your knee is going always to one direction, to the ground. How can I capture the knee and save that knee? And that's gonna be the idea. If your knee goes to the ground, it'll get hard. Because now you only have one leg to fight your opponent. I wanna have two legs to fight him. I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna be more powerful. How can I save that knee before it hits to the ground? I'm gonna use my arms to save the knees. And now I'm gonna be playing from here. Again. Even if Ed is like doing a triangle pass or something, look, I'm always saving the knees, look. Knees coming to the shoulder the whole time. And see, the knee's not touching the ground, it's touching my arm. Now I can scoop my leg up and replace. And Ed's gonna be passing. Now go ahead. And that's how I'm gonna save my knees. Staying safe is keeping your knees pointing up to the ceiling. Every time Ed tries to pass, he's gonna try to pin my leg down. If he's trying to pin my knee down, I'm trying to save my knee. And if I can't save my knee, I stop Ed's pass. Easy way for you guys to understand how to put it together. We're gonna play with no hands. Ed's going to approach my guard. Think about frame, knees, and getting back to your guard control. Ed, I'm not gonna have grips. Ed's going to try to approach my guard. I need to bring my knees to my shoulders, hug my legs, place my frames, making sure he's not gonna get any collar grip and head control. I need to push Ed far away, and I'm going to start replacing my legs. Remember, I need to play guard with my legs, not my arms. And Ed is gonna do like a couple of times. We're gonna start adding in between my legs. I always think about this. I'm not gonna use my hands now, Ed. Just try to pass. It's slow. Now look, I need to save my knee. I need to place my frame. And now look how easy it is to bring this leg out. And now I'm gonna square up with Ed. Same thing here. Frame, bring, replace. Frame, bring, replace. Nice. But see the idea of always saving the knee. Think about your legs, think about your grips. Think about these little things is way more important than think about how I'm going to sweep my opponent. Because if I can have a good guard retention, my opponent on top, they'll get frustrated. You know, you try one time, 2, 3, and you cannot do it. At some point, I'm gonna be able to connect, and that's when I can think about my attacks. Not even the attacks. You think about off balancing, and then from the off balance, you're gonna have your attacks. But the attack's gonna be the smallest thing compared to everything else you're doing when you're playing guard.